Hi everyone. In today's video, we are going to study who a system analyst is, what are the tasks performed by a system analyst, and what are or what should be the attributes of a system analyst. But before we study who a system analyst is, we must know why do businesses need system analysts at the first place. A computerized system enables an organization to provide accurate information and respond faster to queries and events, etc. Now, obviously, as compared to a manual system, computerized systems would provide much more accurate information. Human beings in a manual system can commit errors because humans are prone to errors. But no computer would give you inaccurate or erroneous information. So that means one thing you can guarantee in a computerized system, that the information would be accurate. Also, the computers would respond faster to any queries or events as compared to humans. So for that reason, computerized systems are preferred over manual systems. Now, if a business needs computerized information system, a system analyst is required in that case for analysis and design of that system. Whenever you want a new system or a new computerized system in place, you want the analysis of the system, you want the design of the system to be done before the system is actually implemented. So this analysis of the system and this design of the system is done by the system analyst, and this is where a system analyst comes in place while preparing computerized systems for any business. The customers define the business problems to be solved by the computer. Basically, we switch from manual system to computerized systems, or we switch from one computerized system to another computerized system for the very reason that the previous system was not able to solve certain problems. Now, what are those problems because of which we want a new system in place? So, it is the customer who would define those problems, which are known as the business problems, because obviously it is the problem related to that particular business, to that particular organization. So the customer defines the business problems, that whatever are the problems, that these are the problems due to which I want a new system in place for my organization, and these problems need to be solved by the computer. I want a computerized system so that these problems can be solved by the computerized system. So for that reason, customer would define the business problems that he wants to be solved by the computer. The project managers, analysts, programmers, and customers apply information technology to build information systems that solve those problems. Now, once the customer has defined the business problem, that these are the business problems that I want the computerized system to solve for me, then the project managers, the system analysts or the analysts, the programmers and the customers apply this information technology to build what? To build an information system. And why do you build that information? So that you can solve those problems which were defined by the customer. That these are the problems that I'm facing in my business and I want these problems to be solved. So these problems would then be solved by the information system, which is built together by the project managers, analysts, programmers and customers. Because as I told you, every person in this team has a very important role. You cannot perform without a team. A single person cannot build a computerized system. So you need a team of people. It is the project managers, it is the system analysts, it is the programmers, it is the customers who apply information technology to build information system, which would then solve the business problems that the customer had defined. As I told, project managers are responsible for various managerial decisions like approving the schedules, approving the cost, identifying the training needs for the users who would be using these systems. Obviously, analyst, is plays a very important role from the first stage till the last stage of the system development life cycle. Programmers implement that system that has been designed and developed by the analyst, and customers tell you the actual business problems according to which you design the system, according to which the analyst designs the new system. So all have got a very important role, and collectively they build the information system which is aimed at solving those problems which the customer came up with in the first place, that these are my business problems that I want the computerized system to solve for me. So the business users may not fully understand the capabilities and limitations of modern information technology. Now, it is not necessary that every business user is tech savvy, right? Not all have computer knowledge. So business users may not fully understand the capabilities and limitations of the modern information technology. It is quite obvious, since everybody is not tech savvy or not very well versed with information technology. So they may not fully understand what are the capabilities of an information technology or what are the limitations of an information technology. A business user knows about the business problems, right? A business user would understand the business applications, but he would not be so well with the information technology concept. Similarly, the computer programmers and other information technologists do not fully understand the business applications because it is not their area. So just like the business users do not fully understand the information technology, the computer programmers and the information technologists do not fully understand the business applications that they are trying to computerize or support. So they are trying to computerize something that they do not fully understand, right? And the business users are going to use such an information system that they do not fully understand. Then who is going to bridge this gap between the business users and the computer programmers? It is the system analyst who bridges this gap, and that is why businesses need system analyst. So a communication gap, as I said, existed between those who needed computer-based business solutions. So the ones who needed computer-based business solutions were the business users, and those who understand the information technology, that means the computer programmers and other information technologists who were going to computerize or support the business applications, these people. So both these parties did not understand each other's functionalities. So to bridge that gap came the system analyst who bridges this gap. Now let's look at what or who a system analyst is. So basically the work of a system analyst who designs an information system is the same as the architect of a house. Just like an architect designs your house, he does not construct your house. He gives a blueprint of your house according to which the contractor or the laborers would build the house. Similarly, a system analyst designs the system according to which the programmers and other information technologists would implement the system. So that for that reason you can say that a system analyst is similar to an architect of a house. Now, three groups of peoples are involved in developing an information system for organization. So whenever an information system is being developed for an organization, always remember there are three primary people who are involved in developing that information system, and these primary people are the managers, the users of the system, and the computer programmers who implement that system, right? These are the three important people always involved in the development of an information system for an organization. The system analyst coordinates the efforts of these three groups. Now, as I said, the managers, users, and the computer programmers are the three primary people involved in the development of an information system. So what is then the system analyst doing? The system analyst is simply coordinating the efforts of these three people so that they can effectively develop and operate computer-based information system. System analyst develops information systems, and for this task they must know about concepts of systems. Since it is the system analyst who would be designing and developing the information system, so obviously it is very important for the system analyst to know the concepts of the system, right? As I said, a system analyst is similar to that of an architect of a house. So an architect also studies the customer. He knows the priorities of the customer or likes and dislikes of the customer or client that comes to him for building a house, and according to that he designs the house. Similarly, since the system analyst is responsible for designing and developing an information system, therefore he must know about the concepts of the system. System analyst must be and is always involved in all the phases of system development life cycle, which is also known as SDLC. And you know the life cycle of SDLC starts from preliminary investigation up till implementation and maintenance. So for that reason, a system analyst must be involved from the first stage to the last stage of a system development life cycle. Now the success of a system depends on the skills and dedication of a system analyst. Obviously, how skilled a system analyst is or how dedicated a system analyst is towards his work would obviously depend upon these two things, would obviously decide the success of any information system. More skilled the system analyst is, more successful the information system would be. Again, together with skills, dedication is also required. More dedicated the system analyst is towards his work, obviously more would be the guarantee of the success of development of an information system. Analyzing, designing and implementing systems to suit organizational needs are the functions of system analysts. So basically, in a summary, you can say that what are the functions of a system analyst? Majorly, three important functions of any system analyst are analyzing the system, right? Then after the analysis has been done, designing the system, and then after designing the system with the help of computer programmers, implementing these systems so that this system which has been designed suits the organizational needs. Obviously, you cannot design a system that does not suit the organizational needs. System is successful only. An information system is considered to be successful only if it suits the organizational needs. So it is very important that a system analyst analyzes, designs and implements the system that is suiting that particular organization needs. And so these are the three major functions of any system analyst. System analyst, he or she plays a major role in evaluating business benefits from computer technology. Another important role of a system analyst is evaluating the business benefits from computer technology. A client comes up with a demand for a new information system. Now the system analyst would analyze certain factors like what are the problems that have forced the client to come up with a new system. He would analyze those problems. If he thinks that those problems are really big enough so that a new system must be developed, only then he would consider the development of a new system. Also, he would analyze that whether the benefits that would be obtained after the implementation of this system would outweigh the cost of the system. It should not happen that the cost is more and benefits are less. So these are certain factors that the system analyst analyzes, and among the analysis, the most important factor is evaluating the business benefits, that the benefits of the business must outweigh the cost of development of the computer technology or the cost of maintenance of the computer technology that the business or the organization would be using. So basically, you can say that the system analyst is a problem solver with unique skills. System analyst is the person who is solving the problems of the client with unique skills. He is basically trying to identify what the problems are, because obviously the client is also not well aware of all the problems or all the requirements that he wants. The client may know that this is the problem, I need a new system. Now, whether those problems are justified or not, that is the task. Analyzing that is the task of the system analyst. Again, then the user does not know all the requirements from a particular system. So extracting his requirements by certain conversations or questionnaires or on-site observations is also the task of the system analyst. Evaluating the benefits of the system from the information technology is also the task of the system analyst. So in a way, he is solving all the problems of the client. So you can say that the system analyst is the problem solver with unique skills, because not everyone who is an information technologist has these skills. It is only the system analyst who has these skills. A system analyst deals with people's procedures and technologies. Obviously, these are the three major things that a system analyst deals with. The first important one being the people. He has to be around people. He has to understand people. He has to understand the requirements of the people. He has to understand the working conditions in which the people are working and design the system accordingly. So the first entity that any system analyst is dealing with is the people. Then is the procedures, that is what is the way of working of an organization, and then the system, new information system should be designed according to the procedures of any organization. And third is technology, that what technologies would be used for the development of an information system. So these are the three major things that any system analyst deals with, that is people, procedures and technologies. Now let's look at the task performed by a system analyst. So the major tasks performed by any system analyst is, first of all, define requirements. As I told you, a client knows what are the problems because of which he wants to come up with a new system. He may know a little bit of requirements from the system, but in most of the cases, clients are not aware about all their requirements. They do just have a vague idea about their requirements from the system, but they are not clear with all the requirements that they have from the proposed system. So it is the task of the system analyst to define the requirements after having certain conversations with the client. So he is basically extracting the requirements from the client. Then the system analyst draws up ordering of requirements. So there are multiple requirements from a particular system. What is the priority of those requirements? Which requirements should come first and which requirements should come second? These things are also decided by the system analyst. Then the system analyst gathers data, facts and opinions of users. As I said, through various conversations, interviews, questionnaires, on-site observations, the system analyst gathers data, facts and opinions of the users who would be using the information system. The system analyst analyzes the existing system in the organization and uses his knowledge to improve the systems. Obviously, in the presence of an existing system, if a client has come up with the proposal of a new system, that means there are some drawbacks or limitations in the existing system. Now, before the new system is designed, the system analyst analyzes the existing system, and then after the analysis of this existing system, he uses his knowledge to know what are the drawbacks or limitations of the existing system so that he can improve the new system, or he can improve the system so that those drawbacks or limitations do not exist in the new information system. The system analyst also provides solutions to problems posed by management. Whatever the problems are posed by the management, be it related to the schedule of the project, be it related to the cost of the project, all these solutions are provided by the system analyst. Now, system analyst also makes specifications of information system. What would be the specifications of the information system? Basically, what information technology or what platforms would be used for the development of an information system. These are all done by the system analyst. Of course, we know then after gathering all the information from the client, the next step that the system analyst does is designing the information system. And then after he has designed the information system, he evaluates the information system to find out if the benefits from this information system outweigh the cost of this information system. Now, Let's look at the desirable attributes of a system analyst. What are the desirable attributes that a system analyst should have? First of all, a system analyst must know how organizations function. There are different organizations, and all organizations function differently. He cannot use the same approach of designing an information system for all the organizations. So for that reason, a system analyst must study organizations very carefully, understand the requirements, the procedures of the organizations very carefully. So precisely you can say that he must know how the organization functions for which he is going to design a new information system. Then the system analyst must know latest developments in computer hardware and software. Since it is the system analyst who decides or makes specifications for the information system, so it is quite obvious that he must know the latest developments in computer hardware and computer software. Then a system analyst can should get along with diverse people from top level managers to the last level of the employees. A system analyst must be someone who can get along with anyone in the organization from the top level till the lower level, because it is the people he has to deal with. If he cannot deal with them properly, if he has ego problems or some other issues, then it would not be possible for the system analyst to work with these people and gather facts and data. So it is very important that system analyst gets along with diverse people ranging from the top level management to the lower level of employees. A system analyst must be able to express himself and absorb information by being a good listener. Since he has to deal with people, so obviously people should also understand him well. People should get his point of view, so that at situations where he does not agree with the clients or users, he can convince them properly. Also, he must be a good listener so that he can understand the people around him for whom he is developing the new system. So for that reason, he must be able to express himself and absorb information by being a good listener. It is very important for a system analyst to be a good listener. A system analyst must have an analytical mind. Obviously, since he is doing analysis through the conversations held between different groups of people, he must have an analytical mind, or else he would not be able to analyze the things. And the last important attribute of a system analyst is that he must have a broad general knowledge. It is very important for him to have a broader general knowledge so that he can understand different kinds of people in different kinds of organizations and analyze them properly. So these are the desirable attributes of a system analyst. I hope you understood very well what a system analyst is and why do business organizations need system analysts.